and welcome to yet another edition of the Cup That Matters. It's a big day for Team India as they play West Indies at Perth. And we've got Shivani Gupta with us, who's at the stadium in Waka. Obviously, a lot of fans with her, a lot of excitement. But first, let me tell you who all are joining us for today's show. We've got Nikhil Chopra and Andrew Symonds in the studio, and Boria Majumdar with us from Calcutta. But first up, we'll speak to Shivani, who's in Perth and is with a lot of fans who are excited to see West Indies play India at Perth. Shivani,
that's right, Radhika. Lots of fans here. This time around in Perth, before the match, this is truly Indian colour, and I have lots of ardent Indian fans with me. You would see these fans at most matches. These are regular fixtures. Aaj ke match ke liye, what is your feeling? How good do you think India can do?
India, I think, is going to win and give us a big surprise for a big Holi, and we're going to celebrate tonight as well.
What are the plans for a party? First, let's have a big cheer from all of you for India.
Holi! 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 Holi!
All right. Let's talk to some fans here. Will Chris Gayle be a bigger factor today or Virat Kohli?
I think Virat Kohli. Holi is a Kohli. Holi is the Kohli. Holi is the Kohli.
Sakar Dhawan ka fan hai. Sakar Dhawan ki muchhi dekho.
Yes, you have moustaches like Gabbar himself.
Yes, why not?
Gabbar copied him.
Yes, Gabbar copied me.
Where are you guys travelling from?
From London.
From London.
Yeah.
Bolton.
And this time, India's already won their first 3 matches. This one looks like in the bag as well, but it's too early to say. India is lifting the title again.
Yeah, of course, we're going to win this World Cup. The whole team is in a good form, so we'll win it.
India will win. Yeah, we are sure.
No, actually, we have good opportunity. Why? Because we are already qualified for quarter-final. And in quarter-final, we are going to face either Bangladesh or London, England. And I think we can 100% beat them and we reach to semi-final. And if we reach semi-final, I'm speaking to you with my all good fans, with this good luck which has given 2011 World Cup, we will win again World Cup this time.
Holi, how are you going to chant for Holi inside the stadium before you go in? What is the song for Holi today?
I will say Holi, they will say Holi,
Kohli,
Holi,
Kohli,
Holi,
Kohli,
Holi,
Kohli,
Holi,
Kohli,
Holi.
Virat Kohli, Radhika might have been in the news for all the wrong reasons before this match, but this one against West Indies, once again in a World Cup on Holi. Remember in 2011 too, India played a match on Holi against the West Indies. That one India won. Maybe those are some signs, but fans here are gung-ho, not just to have a good Virat Kohli innings, but also to play Holi today.
Of course, Shivani, seems to be a lot of excitement as far as Perth is concerned. The fans are obviously expecting Team India to win on Holi. But first, let's look at what the match is going to be all about. India will look to seal their quarter-final berth with a win over West Indies on Friday at Perth. The match, however, could turn to be a tricky encounter for Dhoni's men, as the Mercurial Caribbeans have some of the most dangerous players in international cricket. If India win this match, MS Dhoni will equal Kapil Dev's record for the most wins in World Cup. Take a look.
Team India is in the midst of a dream run. The batsmen are firing on all cylinders. The bowlers have found their rhythm. And now the team faces the challenge of winning their 4th straight match of the 4 played in the World Cup. Standing in their path is a team that has suddenly found a new lease of life in the tournament, the West Indies. What's more, the West Indian team have sounded the bugle before the match has started and are in no mood to hand it to India on a platter.
Well, India could celebrate the Holi, but we could celebrate a victory.
The prospect of playing on a pitch that's bouncy may give the West Indian team some hope. But the past records and present form suggest that Team India should run away with this one too. Since 2000, India have won 14 of the 20 matches played between the two sides. In the 4 matches played in Australia, Team India has won 2, while the West Indies only 1. In the World Cups too, India has won 4 of the 7 matches played against the West Indies. Now the team will hope that their trump card Chris Gayle will reverse the trend at the Waka. But India's captain Dhoni has his plans for the big Jamaican in place.
Nice timing from...
And if Team India can score over Gayle and get their 4th win in the World Cup, Dhoni will equal Kapil Dev's record of winning the most number of matches in the World Cup as the captain.
Mohammad Shami's availability for the next match against West Indies has come as a big boost for India. It remains to be seen though whether he will come back into the playing 11 or will India continue with Bhuvneshwar Kumar for one more time before moving on to New Zealand. Duncan Fletcher too participated in India's final practice session before this key match where the opposition, the Windies, are going to come out extremely hard at India. With camera person Manish Mathur at Perth, Shivani Gupta for Headlines Today.
Obviously, Team India, a big match for them. They will be looking to seal a place in the quarter-final. With me, I've got Andrew and Nikhil in the studio. Andrew, first up, a big game for India. But considering the way they have played in the tournament thus far, would you obviously term Team India as favourites going into it?
Yeah, I think so. The only thing that we haven't seen is the actual surface they're going to play on. We may be able to get a little bit of feedback from Shivani, I don't know, but the bouncier wicket may suit the West Indies quicks a little more than the Indian attack, but I think the Indian batting throughout is much stronger than the West Indies, especially if they can remove Gayle early on.
Obviously, Nikhil, Gayle the big factor in this match, but he's a temperamental batsman. On days he will fire and obviously no opposition can stand in front of him, but in this tournament it's been one match for him.
Well, that's true. But like you said, you know, that one game, I hope that game is not today because it's hard to contain him because those first 15-20 runs, he gets used to the pace and bounce of the wicket. You know, he's one batsman who can win the game or turn the game on its head. So you've got to get him out early. Importantly, those first 15-20 runs, whoever the bowler is, you've got to go out attacking. Try and get his wicket. You know, there's no point looking to be defensive. If you don't get him out, that little one partnership might hurt you the game as well. And it was good to hear Ashwin saying that, you know, whoever it might be in front of him, he's out there to look to pick up wickets. And especially rather than those middle period, the middle overs, if you can pick up wickets, you know, that will be the crucial juncture of the game because we've seen the trend in the Australian World Cup at this moment in time is those first 10 overs, people are very scared of to go out after the bowling because the ball's doing a bit. Those first 10 overs, you get even 40 runs. Sides have got close to 300 or past 300 if you don't lose wickets in up front. So it's important, you pick up wickets, then you see the difference.
Obviously, Nikhil, Andrew, we'll continue to talk about it. But let's listen into what former India captain Sourav Ganguly had to say about the West Indies. He considers them a very dangerous side. In an exclusive chat with Headlines Today, Sourav said that winning the toss in this match will be important and the key to India's success.
Another big challenge coming up the Indian team's way, and this time in the form of the Windies. Chris Gayle, Taylor, Roach, Sammy, very potential lineup this Windies side has. I have former India captain Sourav Ganguly with me. Sourav, how big a challenge is this one?
It's a challenge, but not as big as South Africa. And the way India has played in this tournament so far, I don't think West Indies should be a problem unless and until West Indies wins the toss and puts up a big score. Because if you look at the World Cup, teams which have batted first and put up big scores has put the scoreboard pressure on the opposition. India have been on the lucky side in their two big games against Pakistan and South Africa that they won the toss and batted first. You look at South Africa since then, they won the toss, batted first and have got 400, which I'm surprised in Australia though, because you know on these pitches to get consistently 300, 400 has been surprising. You can understand that in India, in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, but in these pitches where there's bounce space, you know, it has been surprising for me to see the 300 mark being touched all the time. Maybe the pitches have been made a bit more flatter than what it is, but as I said, toss would once again be crucial. West Indies is a dangerous side. You know, you never know when they turn up and you never know when they don't turn up. And someone like Chris Gayle, if he gets going, he'll win the game for you. Marlon Samuels will win the game for you. Dwayne Smith will win the game for you. And then the players at the lower order in Darren Sammy and Andre Russell, who can actually, you know, blast the way into the opposition. But the way India has gone about the job in the series, in the World Cup, the way our bowlers have bowled, the fast bowlers, Ravichandran Ashwin, who's bowled superbly so far in these 3 games, you know, West Indies will have a very difficult task.
When we talk about Ashwin, you mentioned Ashwin and the fast bowlers as well. Bhuvi played the last match as well. Is that the best combination, these two against Chris Gayle? They've had reasonable success. Or would you have Mohammad Shami back, who's available for this match?
I think if he's available, he will be back because those three have done a wonderful job so far. Shami, Mohit Sharma has been a revelation in the World Cup. Umesh Yadav, these three have done outstandingly well for India. So I don't see India changing unless and until Mohammad Shami is injured. The good thing for India is they've got 4 bowlers who can actually pick wickets for you and play in any game. So from that point of view, I don't think it's that big a headache, but I think if Mohammad Shami is fit, he'll play.
So, what do you think that both R. Ashwin, he spoke before the match as well, he talked about his bowling, he talked about how, you know, he's doing a few things differently, he's still learning, he said. What do you think is going to be the ideal game plan against Chris Gayle? What should Dhoni also do?
Just pitch it up to him, because he will be looking to hang back on this pitch. This is a different pitch, it'll have a bit of pace, bit of bounce, and more than pace, the bounce which is actually troubles batsmen who don't have enough ability. It's going to trouble Indian batsmen also. You know, we saw them playing against England here when they were dismissed for 170, but that pitch did a bit. I don't know how much this pitch will do, because they played a game yesterday. Australia played Afghanistan on that pitch, and it's very difficult to prepare a pitch which will do a bit immediately the day after. So there will not be much of a movement, but there will be bounce, which will also be a bit of a problem for the Indians. The West Indies have genuine fast bowlers, so it's about being disciplined. It's about you know, showing good technique in these conditions. And everyone was talking about UAE on these pitches, but I said if UAE was playing in Sydney, it was different because the bounce is low. Moments it gets to Perth and it gets past the chin height, you need different technique to succeed. And I don't think many batsmen in world cricket have it. Many batsmen have been in these conditions for a long time, enough to get used to the bounce.
So it's a tough challenge for Indian batsmen too, but the good thing is that almost everyone in the top order, Virat Kohli, Rohit, Dhawan, have got runs under their belt. And Rohit and Dhawan really, who are extremely crucial, isn't it? If India, let's say, doesn't bat first and have a huge total to chase, the batting suddenly comes under a lot of pressure. Yeah,
absolutely. But this is not going to be a huge total pitch. And I don't see West Indies getting 350 on this. If they bat well, I think they'll get about 270, 280, which I think is a good total on this pitch. The West Indies bat deep with Andre Russell coming down the order. He's not the worst with the bat, and he can bat. So they bat deep, and which is a good thing to have in these conditions. And I don't see India panicking yet. You know, because firstly India are through, so that takes a lot of pressure on them. Secondly, they've been in good form, which is an add up. It does not necessarily mean that you will play well this game, but it's an add up and helps you for the next game. So those things and mindset have gone India's way so far. So I don't see India being outplayed. It is possible, but the chances are very slim being outplayed. But the side batting first will have an advantage.
So that is what Sourav Ganguly, former India captain, feels about this all-important match. But there's a lot to talk about, and Nikhil, I'd like to ask you this. We've spoken about the pitch. That is something that has been coming up again and again and again. Who do you think the pitch will favour more? Obviously, West Indies have those quickies and the bounce that the pitch will offer.
Well, if there's the bounce that we've heard of, you know, true to its reputation, then of course it's going to support the West Indian bowlers up front. But the important thing is, I was speaking to Andrew just, you know, that Waka has not been the same over the years. It's probably slowed down a bit. You know, sometimes you, like Andrew was saying, you got to try and read the wicket. It is not going to be always fast and bouncy. In the World Cup, we've seen a lot of these venues, you know, 350, 400 runs being scored. So, if anything, if the wicket plays true and there's not too much of bounce and there's not too much of pace, then I think the Indian team's got that kind of balance to try and counter that. You know, we've got the two spinners. If need be, Suresh can come and roll his arm over as well. And if it's a true batting track, we bat deep as well. So I think there we can counter-attack. But if it's fast and bouncy, then you can say, yes, the West Indies bowlers might trouble you up front.
Of course, that's going to be a big key out there. But we are joined with Harbhajan Singh as well. And as far as the Indian team combination is concerned, we do know that Bhuvneshwar Kumar played in the last match. But as far as this match goes, Mohammad Shami is available for selection. So, Bhaji, according to you, who should Team India pick?
Harbhajan, what's your take on Mohammad Shami and the fact that he's likely to be fit and available? If he's fit and available,
well, obviously it'll be a great news for India, you know, if Shami is fit, because he's bowling really well, and he's the actually one who took those important wickets for India against Pakistan, and even, you know, he bowled really well against South Africa as well. So it'll be a great thing for India if he can if he can, you know, be fit for tomorrow, and it'll be a big thing. You know, he's one of that bowler who can take Chris Gayle on, and maybe, you know, in first couple of overs only he can get him out.
It's time to slip into a quick break, but before that we bring you a very special couple from Nagpur that's been to 70 countries to watch the Olympics and the Football World Cup. Our correspondent Shivani Gupta caught up with them in Perth, and this is what they had to say about watching the 6th Cricket World Cup.
There is no dearth of a die-hard cricket fan in India, but you know you have something special on your hands when a couple has witnessed in total 10 World Cups, including 50 over and T20 World Cups, 6 to 7 Olympics, including Summer and Winter Olympics, and many other big championships all around the world. I have with me a very special couple from Nagpur who's travelling for the World Cup, all of India's matches, Om Prakash Mundra and Premlata Mundra. Let me ask with him his resume as far as sporting events is concerned. Mr. Mundra, you've travelled all over the world, witnessed some of the biggest sporting events, FIFA World Cups, Cricket World Cups, Olympics and whatnot. Tell us in total, what number is this tournament for you?
This number, as far as the India is concerned, this tournament is really number 1 for me. But if you compare all my other activities for the Olympics, then Olympic is my number 1, FIFA is number 2, cricket is number 3. Right. But as you know, India cricket, we are the fan, religion, people say. And I have seen here in Adelaide, tears came to my eyes. Even such match cannot happen even in India. I thought I am in India, not in Australia. The same thing happened when the match was Pakistan in South Africa also. It was, the mahal was same like that. And that's why we enjoy cricket. And we come here to cheer our country. And I always say, whether you win or you lose, hardly matter to me. We love cricket.
Premlata ma'am, you've been travelling since the early 1980s. Tell us, how do you get the time and how do you plan so many events?
No, actually full journey he plans and I follow him everywhere.
Well, this is certainly...
I was not a sport lover before, but now I've started learning sports.
So which is your favourite sport now?
First I love to watch Olympic and then India cricket.
Okay.
We have travelled more than 70 countries only for sports and nothing else. And you will surprise, Australia is the land where actually my true love for sports came after 2000 Olympic game. And from there, I think till now, I have not missed any major international event.